It just started off as some back pain. I thought I pulled a muscle in my back at work, which wouldn't have been out of the normal. I did a lot of heavy lifting and stuff, and it just kept getting worse and worse.
It was just a complete shock to us. I went through a number of doctors to find out what was going on, and it was determined that I had primary peritoneal cancer. When I went into surgery to remove some tumors, they found out it was ovarian cancer.
It'll be 26 years in July that I was diagnosed with breast cancer. At that time, I had a mastectomy and 6 months of chemo. I just had checkups for 5 years, and it was all, no more cancer. It'll be 5 years in November. They found out that I had lesions in my spine.
They diagnosed me as having leukemia. 2015, I was diagnosed with Merkel cell cancer.
I got diagnosed end of February, beginning of March, in 2016 with the stage 4 cancer. They thought I had maybe like 6 weeks left.
It's the beast, it will never go away.
5 months after diagnosis, I went back to work. And that's when I started to get the headaches, and that's when they found the tumor in my brain.
It's in my bones and tissue and in my liver.
Since then, I've done 2 brain surgeries, 4 rounds of radiation on my head.
When it's metastasized, they go on with treatment, but it's not curable.
It gives you a sense of reality.
The surgeon that I was talking to said, I want to go in and see what's going on, and he basically closed me right back up and said, you need to get home. My kids came. I have 4 boys, and all of them were there, some with their families. They packed up all our stuff in their cars. I flew home with one. Craig drove home with one. And basically, they sent me home with a death sentence.
They didn't think I had a whole lot longer to live when I first got diagnosed.
I wasn't going to make it.
And the founder of this institution is called the Ghosh Center of Hematology Oncology. So we had a mission and vision value. In New York, they did a study on breast cancer patients. The study was if somebody is with the patient or not, a reflection of their support. If somebody was with the patient, they live longer. So we knew that human support is important. I think we need to go to the basic of being physicians. We need to ask the questions that let me understand what the patient has. Let's listen to the patient, understand the whole patient as a whole before we order the test. When we see a patient, we put the patient first. We try to address the 4 pillars of the human being, their medical part, social, emotional, and spiritual part. We also feel that we need to make the patient understand very effectively what they have. So create that environment, you empower the patients, is that right?
I just got referred from my family doctor to the Ghosh Center because that was where her husband had his treatments. They've came in and opened up the doors on a Saturday when I was sick, not feeling well, to check me over and give me a bag of fluid.
We see the patient on the same day. If there is any complications, we are managing the complications quickly, promptly.
The whole staff knows each person, each patient's background. They just are all there for you.
We have yoga, chair yoga, we have Reiki, anything that takes to help the patients without increasing their cost.
He took time out of his schedule and said, look, this is what's going on.
Humans do better when they know what they're dealing with.
They know the treatment, but I can pick it.
The best care for them is that self-care.
He said, cancer isn't always a bad thing. It gives you time, and it has given me time.
Many times cancer is a fear, but if you make them understand what that means, what we could do, and what is the goal of care.
He said we have to have the pain under control. And he explains to you that if you don't, he said you won't live as long.
What's wrong to treat a patient as a human being and empower them and listen to their pain and suffering? For a long time, I thought I was lucky. Oh my God, these are living forever. That was not the norm. People who has come here, their chance of surviving was 4 to 5 times than the national average. If you manage the symptoms better, metastatic cancer patients live long.
I said, I just can't believe I'm sitting here talking to you now and I can get up and walk over to another office, to another room. And they said, we didn't think you'd be able to either.
Quality of life is truly a huge thing in that office. I feel I have lived longer.
You can survive, you can thrive even in the midst of everything.
These are all the courses Craig and I have played all over the United States. In September of 17, when I played my first 18 holes in the Senior Club Championship, I was in the 70 to 79 year old flight and I won my flight. So
I have 2 sons. There's Jeff, married to Chelsea, and Brad is married to Liz. They're in Denver, Colorado. They're in Iowa City. Then at this time I have 2 grandchildren. We've got Stella, 3, and Henrik, 1. And then there's my husband Tony and myself and the 2 grandkids.
So had you not gone to see Dr. Ghosh, you wouldn't have been able to be here for your grandchildren.
I would have no grandchildren, that's correct.
They told me with the chemotherapy that it would be impossible, and afterwards that I might have a small chance to have kids. And she had an ectopic pregnancy and had to get a tube removed. So her chances of getting pregnant were significantly less. And then I was supposed to have almost 0% chance to get pregnant. One day she took the test and it was positive. I am really happy being a dad. And even with the diagnosis and everything, I now get to be a stay-at-home dad.
there's hope. Don't think there isn't.
As you see death's door off in the distance, you've got however amount of space of time from here to the door going, what do you want to do now? I'm living here today and I'm going to live the best possible life I can.
The success of an organization depends on hiring the right people. They work very hard to do this, so it is very near and dear to them. I'm thrilled to see what has transpired, and I hope that at somewhere, somehow, someone will see we could do better.